Hey, welcome back. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is the Unexplained Archive. You know, living in New York, you get used to certain rhythms. The subway's rumble, the constant hum of a city that never sleeps. It's a symphony of human achievement, of steel and glass and concrete. But sometimes, I find myself thinking about the materials that don't fit into our neat understanding of the world. The ones that, according to every textbook I studied as an engineer, simply should not exist. And that's what brings me to a story from a quiet, snow-blanketed island in northern Japan. A story about a small, unassuming object that has, for decades, quietly broken all the rules. This is episode 34, The Green Stone of Hokkaido, the relic that defies material science. Our story begins not in a lab, but in a field. In 1936, a geologist named Eiji Hoshi was conducting a survey in the mountains of Hokkaido, near the town of Kamikawa. It was routine work, until his hammer struck something unexpected. He unearthed a smooth, palm-sized green stone. It was beautiful, a deep emerald green, but it didn't immediately match any known local mineral. He cataloged it, and it eventually found its way to the Museum of Hokkaido University. For years, it sat there, labeled simply as interesting specimen. It was just a curiosity, until someone finally decided to take a closer look. And that's when the first mystery presented itself. When researchers tried to determine its hardness, they got a baffling result. On the Mohs scale, which geologists use to rank minerals from talc at 1 to diamond at 10, this stone was off the charts. Their testing suggested a hardness that would place it between a 9 and a 10. That's harder than ruby or sapphire, nudging into the territory of diamond itself. But diamond is carbon, crystalline, and specific. This was something else. Intrigued, they moved on to specific gravity tests to figure out its density, and the results made even less sense. The stone was impossibly light. Its specific gravity was measured around 2.3, which is in the range of common quartz or glass. Now hold that thought. A material harder than sapphire, but as light as window glass? In material science, that combination is a paradox. Hardness and density are linked. Incredibly hard minerals are almost always incredibly dense. Think of tungsten. This stone defied that fundamental relationship. It was like finding a feather that could scratch steel. The mysteries only deepened. Under a spectroscope, used to identify elemental composition, the stone refused to give up its secrets. The absorption lines didn't match any known element. 0. Then came the heat tests. A fragment was subjected to a blowtorch, heated to over 1,800 degrees Celsius. That's well over 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Most rocks would melt, or at least glow with incandescent heat. The green stone did not melt. It didn't even get hot. Observers reported that it seemed to repel the heat entirely, remaining cool to the touch just inches from a flame that could melt iron. This isn't just unusual. It's a violation of thermodynamic principles as we understand them. Heat transfer isn't a suggestion, it's a law. And this stone, it seemed, wasn't reading the same rulebook. Now, as an engineer, my mind immediately goes to process. How do we explain this? The immediate and most skeptical conclusion is that it's a synthetic material, a man-made artifact, perhaps a piece of industrial ceramic or early laboratory-produced silicon carbide that somehow ended up in a remote Japanese mountainside. The timeline makes it puzzling, but not impossible. Yet, every attempt to analyze its microstructure has led to dead ends. Some researchers who've examined it report an almost fibrous, non-crystalline internal structure, unlike any conventional ceramic. Others claim it shows evidence of being forged under pressures and temperatures not achievable by human technology until very, very recently. And then there's the location. It wasn't found in an ancient tomb or a ritual site. It was found in a geological stratum. It was embedded, as if it had been there, part of the Earth itself, for a very long time. This is where the story takes a turn from a scientific anomaly to something that feels narrative. Local Ainu legends, the indigenous people of Hokkaido, speak of Rapunkamui, deities or spirits that come from beyond the sea to teach and sometimes test humanity. Some tales describe these beings leaving behind gifts or tokens. Could the stone be viewed through that lens? A physical token from a story we've forgotten how to read? Or is it a fragment of something else? A piece of a meteorite with an extraterrestrial composition so alien our science can't parse it? Or, perhaps most intriguingly, is it a relic of a lost human technology? A fragment of a process so advanced that its product looks like magic to us, buried by millennia of ice and soil? Sitting here in my studio, surrounded by the tools of my own trade, computers, prototypes, logical code, I'm struck by the humility this small stone demands. We build skyscrapers. We make microchips. We think we're unlocking the secrets of the universe. And then a simple green rock from a mountainside whispers that we might have missed a page, maybe several chapters. It challenges not just our material science, but our arrogance. It's a tangible reminder that the archive of our world is far from complete, and some of its entries are written in a language we haven't yet learned to decipher. The green stone of Hokkaido remains, to this day, an enigma. It sits in a vault at Hokkaido University, occasionally taken out for study, always yielding more questions than answers. It has never been conclusively proven to be a fake, nor has it been successfully replicated. It exists in that fascinating space between object and question. So what do we do with a mystery like this? We don't have to believe it's a magic rock from the gods, but we should, let it remind us of the limits of our knowledge. The universe is under no obligation to make sense to us, as a much smarter physicist than me once said. This stone is a physical testament to that. It's a puzzle piece that doesn't fit our picture, and that means maybe we're working on the wrong picture, or we've lost other pieces. For me, that's the real value of the unexplained. It's not about proving the supernatural. It's about challenging the assumed natural. It keeps our curiosity alive, our questions sharp. And in a world that often feels too explained, too mapped, that's a precious thing. Thank you for listening to this journey into a cold case of chemistry and wonder. If this story resonated with you, if it made you look at the ordinary world with a bit more question, please share this episode with someone. Help us grow this archive of the curious. For more deep dives into history's strangest mysteries, make sure you're subscribed to the Unexplained Archive wherever you get your podcasts. This is Eiji Hoshi from Light Not Studios. Until next time, keep wondering.